Ghana, situated on the coast of the Gulf of Guinea, means warrior king. In northern Ghana, you'll find Mole National Park, which is the last stronghold for elephant in West Africa. Against the odds, the warriors of Mole battle to protect this oasis of fauna and flora. We've traveled to Ghana to meet these passionate defenders like Mr. Farouk, the head park manager of Mole National Park.
It's quite, in our terms, it's quite huge, 4,577 square kilometers. It is not fenced. It is fringed by about 33 communities with a population of about 40 to 50,000. Most of these inhabitants are predominantly hunters. That is their culture. They like to hunt, and they are peasant farmers, so they earn quite a living from extraction of resources from the parks, such as hunting, logging, fishing, and some even encroach to do agriculture, because we have parts of the park that are very fertile compared to what has been destroyed outside. So these are some of the challenges we face. All of this in addition to the fact that we don't have the needed logistics and resources to enable us to do our work effectively. And so those are some of the few challenges we have as far as the management of the park is concerned.
But still, despite this, you have such passionate staff, such passionate individuals that are here every single day from early in the morning that are saying we will still continue to fight this fight.
Yeah, that is true, because this is all that we have. And Mole is a technical head office, headquarters of Wildlife Division of the Forestry Commission. And I have always drawn this, that Ghana is looking up to Mole. If Mole fails, then Ghana is without wildlife. So this is a huge responsibility. The fact that you have been employed and working in Mole puts a huge responsibility on your shoulders. You have to deliver. Look, I've just talked about the challenges. We cannot sit down, fold our hands and say, look, there are challenges, and for that matter, we'll not be able to work. We need to protect this park. We need to, the purpose for which this park was established needs to be preserved. And so the staff are aware of it. With or without resources, we have a mandate to protect the park. The area now called the Mole National Park used to be the hunting grounds of the Gonjes. The Gonjes are a large and powerful traditional tribal group in Ghana, and they are the dominant, ethnic clan in this area. And this used to be their hunting ground. Because it was heavily infested with wildlife, it attracted a lot of flies, and it was not very good for either settlement or agricultural production. So the place was turned into a hunting ground over the years. And to the extent that in the 1930s, all the way to the 1950s, our British colonial masters, declared this place as a game clearance zone. Game clearance to clear all the wildlife, do away with the flies to make it habitable for the people. This happened between in the 2030s all the way to 2050s. And it was realized that, look, that war cannot be fought. And by which time it was realized that a lot of harm has been done to wildlife already. So there was a turnaround to turn the place that was either to a game clearance zone into a game reserve in 1958, a year after Ghana became an independent. So this is a brief history of Mole. And since then, it has moved from one category of protected area to another. In 1958, it was a game reserve and officially gazetted as a national park in 1971. One of the criteria we asked Mole to be enlisted on as a World Heritage was the fact that it was rich in biodiversity and had a number of rare, endangered and threatened wildlife species. They thought that we either lacked data or insufficient information to back that, idea or suggestion. And so it was recommended that these two issues be resolved to enable us reapply to UNESCO for enlistment. So we're then encouraged to look for funding first to do the aerial census, and one of the fact that the last time we did a census in the park was 2006, and so our information on census was outdated. So we needed to do a census to update our population estimate to enable us to review the management plan. That was one. And secondly, to put in place a system that would enable us at any given time have up-to-date and accurate information on our animal population estimates. And so we approached the European Union delegation to Ghana that happily agreed to support us to do that. And so in doing that, we took into consideration the fact that previous wildlife census didn't help us. As you can see, Mole is a heavily wooded savanna interspersed with gallery forest that has close canopy, and all the surveys we've done over the years was use the aerial survey method. And we noticed that gave us a lot of undercounts. Even with the bigger species, they were undercounted. And for the smaller species, they were completely left out. And as you know, the smaller species are as important as the bigger species because they contribute a lot to the biodiversity and ecosystem of the place, And so we decided that we needed a system or a combination of methods that will enable us capture a wide range of our wildlife as much as possible. And so we're happy to hear that the EU delegation in Ghana contracted Bushskies area photography to do this, and they had actually asked the university, Namibian University for Science and Technology, to partner them. And the university had the capacity to use other methods, especially management-oriented monitoring system to manage most of the protected areas in Namibia. And so we thought that could apply in our situation. And so currently, the support is in two phases. One, to assist us do an aerial census of our animals, but also to build the capacity of our staff such that we have a system in place to continue to monitor our wildlife numbers that will give us population estimates, but more importantly, capture animals that were hitherto not captured under aerial survey. This will also give us, current and up-to-date information on our population estimates monthly, quarterly, and annually. Already with the camera traps, we are beginning to see, even at the preliminary stages, we are beginning to see animals that we even did not know that they exist. Wow. We are beginning to see, caracals, hyenas, leopards, porcupines, and all of that. Just within a week or so, these are coming. So we believe that this combination of methods, we are going to have an exciting, exciting results.
What is the general feeling with communities when talking wildlife? How much is there a culture of conservation in Ghana?
The culture of conservation, I must say, is weak. We have real challenge with the communities because, like I indicated, they used to earn their livelihood here. Culturally, they were fine hunting here. Livelihood-wise, they were hunting here. Some were commercial hunters, and they hunted here for livelihood. Once the area became a protected area, laws were put in place, their livelihood has been curtailed. Access to the place has been curtailed. From time to time, their members have been arrested, prosecuted, and this creates enmity between the communities and the park, and lack of support generally for the park. So that has been the situation since 1958. There has been, we don't accommodate each other. We see it's your park and your community. Don't come to our park, don't come to our community. To the extent that some of the communities were no-go areas for our staff.
Wow.
Yes. I have been beaten, assaulted in Larbanga because a poacher was arrested from the community, and I happened to be passing through the community, and as a leader of the park, they thought that I was a target. So I was assaulted, but happily I didn't give up. And so actually in 2002, we decided that, look, we needed the communities, just as the communities needed the park. Of the about 170 staff that we have in this park, about 90% of them are from the community. It gives them jobs. It gives them livelihood. So they benefit a lot. Mole is one of the largest and the most successful ecotourism sites in Ghana. And the communities around benefit immensely from it. In terms of, like I said, job opportunities, small businesses in the communities to take care of the tourists that come here. And so they benefit. So we decided that we needed each other to coexist, because the park will not go away and the communities will not go away. So we need to coexist. The vision of the Forestry Commission is to leave the resource that was handed to us to manage better than we inherited. And I took over Mole from 2005 at a certain stage. I want to look back at the time I was leaving Mole, that look, I took Mole from this level, I have brought it to this level, and I'm satisfied. I have probably spent half of my life, in fact more, about 80% of my working life in Mole. So Mole has become my baby, and my life is tied to Mole.